100 civilian factories working now. That's pretty good. Am I making a lot from trade? Not a huge number. Getting a bit from rubber. Oh yeah, I'm selling tons of steel. America's buying 152 steel. Crikey. And also we need oil again. Let's buy some more then. Assembly line production. So this is my production output's going to be improving. I think I also need to get fuel refining. I kind of let that one lag. You know what? No, we need the infantry equipment first. Alright, how are the Japanese forces looking here? The Japanese forces are as good as dead. Deliver, if you would, the coup de grace. Did they just declare war on... No. Are they focusing it? They're focusing it, okay. Well spotted, I totally missed that. Alright, so we have enough political power for another person, or we could do some more decisions. Air experience, night operations penalty reduced. We are doing night operations right now. So we could definitely do that. I'd love to have army logistics. We're going to get Auchinleck because we are still fighting in Africa. And then I would say let's bring in one decision too. More rubber in Nigeria. That would save me from having to import it, which I am doing right now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the rubber from Nigeria. Or we could do some more government in exile stuff. So the Polish extraction campaign would increase their manpower. Expatriate donations from Free France would give factories to Free France. Or we can provide weapons and things for the resistances. I don't think I want to do that, not until we're ready to actually start invading, because we want to force Germany, where once they go to war with the Soviets, then maybe, because then they'll be forced to leave more troops behind, which will relieve a lot of pressure on the Soviets. I think right now I'm going to get more industrial factories for Free France. We could do the same for Belgium. Oh, let's do it for Poland. Poland's still got the capacity to do stuff. Churchill's increase... Hang on. Churchill's speeches increase US war support. US war support? I thought they increased my own. Oh well, I'm going to have to get the political power to do that. Oh, that was brutal. Okay, so we just killed basically the entire Japanese force there. Let's get ready for the invasion of Tunisia and Algeria. Return all of this to Free France. In fact, you still have a bunch of planning power. Go. Go for it. Do it. It doesn't say so, but they enable US decisions, which increases their war support. Oh, okay. Fair enough. And you're willing to give me some more Lend-Lease, which would be super helpful. Oh, we have positive fighters again. Good, because that means I can expand my air forces. badly we're getting screwed here. They are coming in with a fair amount of air superiority. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add an air superiority wing. Here. More submarines killed. Good. How are the Japanese sending so many volunteers? Because they're getting an awful lot. Vichy France only has one division. So all the stuff that we're fighting right now are Japanese. Concentrated Industry 4. Aha, that's going to allow me to build some more industry in the area. And we could also go to 1942. It would take me 157 days to get the advanced computing machine. Go for it. In fact, you are probably done training. Yep, we could add some more motorized. Head over to Bristol and we'll send you from there. Done training, so you can stop that. Attention. Meanwhile, Klaus's motorized are doing a real number. Lambert Klaus, he's a good general. The fact that he's got such high logistics, I think, is really helping. And also just the fact that my divisions... I was going to say have a 12 miles per hour movement, but it's got to be faster than that. Why is your base movement 4 kilometers? I just realized I don't have artillery or hospitals in these forces. Whoops. Why is your movement so slow? Shouldn't be. Base movement of 4 kilometers per hour. That doesn't sound right. Should be 12. Maybe because they're lacking motorized? Though I doubt that. No, we have a surplus. How bizarre. Free France is now actually getting factories. Yes, exactly. Hey, the Foxy, thank you very much for the follow. And Shadow 4000, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Zigarius, I missed that one earlier. Ace Pilot, excellent. Where are you? Sussex, acceptable. So the fighter aces don't seem to last for very long. The bomber aces hasn't died yet. I do wish that there was a little more interaction with the Air Force command. Like having actual wing commanders would be nice. Ah, we finished researching fuel as well. Let's get Bren guns first of all. I think they have old motorized stuff. There's no such thing as old motorized. Motorized is motorized. There's no different tiers. Joe Hun, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Air defense is done. Radar. 3 times 100% bonus for radar. The ability to detect enemy bombers will be crucial to the war effort. We should spare no resources in further developing radar technology and constructing a network of detection stations along the coasts. I quite agree. And there it is. The German Reich has declared war on the Soviet Union, so I am immediately going to go, oh, hi, Soviets. How would you like 11,000 guns? How many do I have? 11,862. Germany has broken the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. The non-aggression pact between Germany and the Soviet Union, a surprising development to begin with, has now, less surprisingly, fallen apart. And I think that's also going to take a hell of a lot of pressure off of my airspace. We weathered the storm. Now we just need to help Russia weather theirs. Few take as many risks as the brave pilot, the British Air Force. Martin Smith, a skilled pilot known as Dog. And actually, one other thing I want to do. Avoid. 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 I want my supply to come in north through Archangel. Vichy France has been called in. Vichy France is about to lose all of their African holdings though. Slovakia has been called in. Time to invade Denmark. No, not yet. They haven't fully committed. Like, once Germany is like at Kiev or something, then maybe. And even then, manpower is still an issue. Right, I was going to do my speech. I think this is a perfect opportunity for the speech. We will go on to the end. We shall fight them in France. We shall fight on the seas and the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Finest hour is even more base war support. I really don't need it. But hey, how can you not do Churchill's speeches? Oh, we just finished an aeroplane. That was the Lancaster. Perfect timing. And I'm thinking that maybe we do want maintenance companies because we do have so many mechanized forces. And if I no, it's hang on. Which is the one that reduces fuel consumption? It's the logistics company. And it also reduces supply usage. Yeah, we want logistics. Maintenance increases reliability and also capture chance. Maintenance is not as useful for us. We're actually almost done with the destroyer upgrades. It's like 10 left.
Ready.
You're ready to join the defense force. Lend-Lease to the USSR can also go through Vladivostok in the Pacific. Historically also went through neutral Iran. True. Invoke the alliance of 1373 for extra naval aid. I am certainly considering that. First of all, though, I need to decide what to build. I'm still super low on light tanks. Motorized is also taking a bit of a pounding. Well, your efficiency is still low. That, I think, is probably part of the problem. And fighters, we've actually got a surplus again. Support equipment. deficit. Okay, we need support equipment. That's what we need. And maybe artillery as well if we want to start adding that to our armies. Churchill will be like, it's not like it's going to be that famous compared to the previous one. Churchill's speeches are pretty awesome.
All in.
You. By that.
All in.
How are we doing with these? Still being trained, but most of them are now equipped. Japan's declared war on the Philippines. Hello, America! Invite to faction. Yes. The United States has accepted the offer to join our faction. Marvelous. Ooh, and we just sank a bunch of ships to celebrate. 3 light cruisers and 7 destroyers. And a submarine. And a convoy. Okay, so, I wish at this point I could say, hey America, focus on Japan. That's the bigger issue. Because we are now at war with Japan. Siam has not joined them. And Siamese relations with us are actually fairly positive, plus we are still boosting them. Strike on the southern resource area, that's going after Holland, I think? Yes. And India has started to shift a lot of troops over onto this front. So my equipping India has actually been really good, because now they can just fight the Japanese for themselves. And that's one of the reasons I haven't been taking their troops. That was one of the worst American accents I had in a long time. Well, thank you.
Come on.
Free France wants to join the war effort. Absolutely. So it begins.
Yes, sir.
So this is your army. I suspect you could probably do with your own army group now. Richard O'Connor could be a good commander for this front. So could Gott. Actually, Gott's probably the better one. And you are in a new army group. This is going to be the Indian front. And I think that Auchinleck's going to be in charge of this. This is just going to be the you can't get through here type deal.
Guns.
Alright. And then my Africa Corps is going to be commanded by Monty instead. Then the rest of the Empire is just going to have to hold. Hong Kong. Right, that's a thing. Probably not going to be able to do very much about you. And Navy. This is where I need to make some real decisions. I want you to create a new recon fleet. And also be in this area. And this is going to be the Japanese front, so we're going to make you, I think, white. And then your icon is going to be a recon icon. And right now, your job is to defend the Straits of Malacca. And I'm going to expand your purview after that. But right now, I just want you to defend this. Strike force over there. So you can head over. Right, you need a commander. You are going to be doing a lot of aviation. So I think that Fraser is probably the right one for this. Oh yeah, easily. Do I have any other aviators? Willis is my escort guy. Yep, you're the one for this. In fact, I'm going to create this as an entirely new theatre. This is going to be the Japanese theatre. And now if I need to bring in more ships, which I'm going to have to do, they're going to have to go all the way over there. You're still the training ship. Good. Right, how's the naval aspect looking? Still being upgraded. That's because I haven't really unpaused yet, so it's not that surprising. Rush the motorized along the coast will eliminate the last of the supply they have. Not as easy to do as you think, because they still have Casablanca. In fact, it doesn't look like there's anybody left over here.
Ready to move!
Like, Klaus has done a real number on them. You actually have a promotion. Aha! Combined arms. Perfect. And seeing how Germany has utterly failed to make it through to the UK, I'm actually tempted
Listen up!
to send these guys over to help defend the USSR.
Yes, sir! Listen up! Ready!
And you need to train a little bit more.
Listen up!
And I am still a little bit worried about Norway, but at this point I think Norway is going to be less of a problem. So in fact, Cold Rage, you can definitely make your way over there. So I'm going to cancel your current orders. And we're going to send you here. No, don't sail. That's a terrible idea.
Move out!
Walk. In fact, run! Where are you? Oh, you're there already. Fair enough. So yeah, we're going to send the exiles over here because this is going to be primarily fighting against Germany. Is this game worth it without the DLC? I always find that to be a really hard question to answer because I haven't played it for a really long time without DLC. So yes, probably I would say that Man the Guns is probably the most worthwhile DLC, but they all add stuff. I mean, get the game, the vanilla base game, if you want to just try it, and then add DLC after that. It's more difficult. I mean, Hearts of Iron DLC is kind of like EU4 in that it adds features, as opposed to geographic regions, which is what CK2 does. Find it absurd that a country with that many resources and borders the Spanish does not have a focus tree. Who? Is Portugal like one of the only European countries with no focus tree? No! There are actually very few countries in this game with focus trees. Spain, for example, doesn't have a focus tree. Belgium, Sweden, Norway, Finland, Turkey, Greece. any of the Africans, except for South Africa. South Africa does. There's loads. Switzerland. Denmark doesn't, that's true. That's why so many people were kind of stunned when they said Mexico is getting a focus tree before Spain. Like the Netherlands I can understand. The Netherlands played a relatively big role in the war, especially in the east. But Spain doesn't. I suspect Spain's going to be next, and the reason I say that is because I strongly suspect that the next DLC is going to be all about politics. Politics and espionage, and that was a big deal in Spain. So it would make a lot of sense to introduce political mechanics and do the Spanish Civil War and espionage. Is Germany losing to the Soviets? It is way too early to say. They've only just started that attack. Yes, you guys may join the war against the Japanese. Welcome. Oh, Greece is... I am actually now in a position to help Greece. Where are you? It's my Africa Corps.
Listen up.
Right, I'm gonna need to start colouring these because this is getting confusing. Africa. Africa can be yellow.
Ready to move.
And then you can go and defend Greece. Let's set up a fallback line along here. Sailing into Thessaloniki? Alright. We're running out of oil again. Oh, America! Thanks. At risk of losing leadership folk to the Americans. Never! Just means I need to build more factories to stay ahead of them.